from mia cucina to your cucina. And cucina means kitchen in Italian. The prima cosa, the first thing that we need to do is to get our fadale. Our fadale means apron. Okay, so I have a very colorful fadale today. The 4th of July is coming. It's all about the butterflies today. You know, I love butterflies. I love everything. And I am going to show you this amazing chicken Parmesan. But it's not the chicken Parmesan that you're used to. This is going to be a very healthy way of having chicken Parmesan. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take something so delicious and turn it into something super delicious, but not as fattening as the others, especially as the summer is very hot, as you know, and we stay home a lot for those that, you know, that are unemployed and with all the stuff that's going on. So let's get to it. So I'm going to give you the ingredients, and I actually measured for pesto. And usually in pesto, I know that you use the other nuts, okay? But I'm not using those nuts. I'm going to be using almonds, because almonds are easy, you know, I mean, you know, you could use the other ones, you know, the pine nuts, but I'm not using the pine nuts. I find that the pine nuts, they have a lot more fat. So I'm just going to add the, you know, I just gave it a very simple, you know, simple thing. Here, I'm just going to go like this. This is my basil from my garden. And I tell you, I have to go out every single morning. And don't plant just one basil plant. Plant a lot of basil plants. So if one basil plant, you know, it's not doing very well, you always have the other basil plants. And right now my basil plants are flowering. And what I do is I wait till it gives me seeds. And then I take those seeds and I just sprinkle all over my garden. I got basil growing in the front. I got basil growing in the back. I'm the only one around here that grows basil. And if my neighbors need anything, they know to come here. So, you know, very easy, guys. Just kind of tear it up like that. So what I'm going to do now, because, you know, I still have some more to add to this, I just want to pulse it. You're making homemade pesto. Oh, you should smell. It smells delicious. All right, so now, as you can see, I am helping this to make the pesto. Pesto does not have to be so difficult. Make sure that you use your herbs nice and dry, okay, nice and dry. As you can see, I take them from here and I go down like this. These have been, you know, completely washed, and I have to watch out, you know, for the little bugs. You know, I don't want to eat any little bugs in this wonderful basil. Okay, so now that takes care of that. So simple, so easy. Okay, so now to this. All right, let me just continue to, you know, to make this work. Let me move this out of the way, because I still have my cloves of garlic. Let me move that out of the way. Okay, and just pulse. You can move your butt. So then that way we're exercising. Okay, now, we had you know, if you're measuring a 1/3 cup of almonds, toasted almonds, 2 cups of fresh basil, a 1/4 cup of fresh leaf parsley, maybe a 1/4 or maybe a 1/3 cup of the wonderful spinach that goes in here too. We're going to use the 3 cloves of garlic, and we are going to be using some Parmesan cheese. We got to have the cheese. And I like to use a 1/3 cup. Where is my 1/3 cup? Oh, I put it over there. So I like a nice heaping one, okay? A nice heaping one. All right, so that takes care of that. That gets out of the way. Now I'm going to get my garlic. And this is going to be the base for this amazing, incredible dish. It is a 1-pot dish. And I'm probably going to serve this with maybe some sliced, very simple side dish. You know, maybe sliced cucumber, something, you know, light and refreshing, because this is going to go in the oven at 400 for 35 to 45 minutes. Yes, we're going to be using the oven. And the good thing is, as all you have to do is prepare it now. When you're ready to cook this, okay, take it out as you're preheating your oven. Make sure you take the container out of the refrigerator. And I am using this little guy, and I'm going to be using two chicken breasts, and my chicken breasts are skinless and boneless. So you're going to take this out of the refrigerator while you're preheating the oven, and then put this into the oven. You never take something out of the refrigerator and put it in the oven. Why? Because it toughens up whatever you're trying to put in there. Well, you know, that's what they say. You know, I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't. I do it the way that they tell me. All right, so now, okay, now you're going to pulse that together. So I haven't done the olive oil yet, okay? So 2/3. So 2/3 of olive oil. I'm going to get myself ready. But what I want to do before I do anything, guys, get some really good olive oil here, is make sure that everything is well incorporated. So while I am pulsing this, I am just going to drizzle. And the thing is, when you buy, you know, your pesto in stores, you know, they may have some other ingredients that may not be good for your belly. When you make your own pesto, it's so much better. I don't know how long that pesto's been into that jar. But trust me, sometimes I do use a little jar, when I am lazy. But this is so delicious that we're not going to be lazy. Okay, so now, let me show you what we did. Look how beautiful that is. You see that? Oh, it's so beautiful. All right, but we're gonna put that on the side. We're gonna clear the decks over here, because I just want to show you. Because the next thing that I want to tell you is that we are going to be utilizing, instead of pasta. Yeah, no pasta. I know, mamma mia, in Italian with a no pasta, mamma mia. Okay, let's not worry about it. I don't want to think about it. My father would say, "Where is the pasta?" But, you know, I did not know about this when my father was alive, you know, about the diabetes thing and what to do with it. So what I am going to show you is I am going to show you an entire head. I am making an entire head of organic cauliflower. And what you want to do is you want to, here, let me put that, because cauliflower goes everywhere. I am going to save these greens, because those greens I can chop up and I can put them in my soups, you know, when it starts to get cold, which I don't know when that's going to happen in Florida. You know, it doesn't get like that in Florida. It does get cold. I mean, when it gets to be 50 here, we're freezing. I know everybody from up north are going, you guys, but you know what? If you're here and you're melting right now, while other people have the furnace on, you know, it's a whole entire enchilada. Okay, so let me move this, take this plate over here. Okay, put that over there. All right, so then what I want to do is, you know, like so. They don't have to be super rice, you know, but because we're going to be cooking the chicken on top of this. Yes! You guys are going to love this dish. Because you get it already in the morning, guys. Already in the morning. And save yourself headaches from picking up these tiny little things off the floor. Get yourself, you know, some parchment paper. Makes it a lot easier that way. So the only really choppy that you're doing, which is really not that much. I try to make it as simple and easy as possible. Okay, so what I want to do is I have a container here that I have lined with paper that is just moist. Okay, so that takes care of that. See how easy that is? Simple transaction. Okay, so now we're going to take this beautiful dish. The dish can be 9 by 13. I don't know what this one is. This might be a little bigger, but it's okay if it's bigger. You know, it doesn't matter. And what I want to do is I am going to take a bowl like so. Okay, this little tomato decided to take a dive, but don't worry because we have another tomato. Because I am not going to wash that tomato that decided to take a dive. That happens in kitchens. You know, the tomato police is not here, so don't worry about the tomato police. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take, oh man. I love the smell of this. It goes into the sink. And make sure that you get all of this because we are going to be needing every bit of it, okay? Make sure you get it all out. I'm telling you, you're going to be, you know, king and queens of your castle when you present this dish. It's such a beautiful dish. It's such a delicious dish. Okay, as you can see, I have really cleaned this out really well. Okay, so that goes out of the way. So I can get myself organized over here. So now I am going to take so we're going to put this away. I got this already, my pesto. Simple, you follow me so far. Then you're going to get these beautiful tomatoes. Usually, you know, if you have a big tomato, these are organic tomatoes. I was not able to get the big tomatoes today, but it's okay, or they were not there. And use your, you know, your wonderful little, you know, one of these guys. And cut them like so. You see, like so. So, because I am going to be using it. Okay? And tomatoes, oh, you know, it's like we're using the same things, but not the same things, okay? So I want to get my tomatoes over here. And the thing is if I cut too many tomatoes, guess what? They can always go for later, for a salad. Or what I would do with these, I chop them up and I put them in the freezer. So when I want to make something else, I already have some chopped tomatoes. And tomatoes, they freeze wonderfully, guys, wonderfully. And we're going to be also utilizing some mozzarella. Yeah, the whole entire thing, but it's going to be a lot healthier. A lot healthier. Because, you know, we're trying to lose weight so we can look good in a bikini. You're not going to find me on the beach in a bikini. Well, when I was skinny, yes, but now forget it, okay? So now what I want to do is I want to bring this back over here. Let me clean the decks over here because I have my tomatoes on one side. You know, makes it a lot easier that way. And then what I want to do is I'm going to take this pesto, not all of it because we're going to need quite a bit of this later. And what you want to do is you want to start spreading. Start spreading the pesto. And make sure it's, because it already has the olive oil, you don't really need to, and don't worry if it just drops it a little bit into the tomato, it happens that way, that's life. Tomatoes, they come from everywhere. Some are small, some are big, some are very red, some are not red, some are green, some are yellow. Oh my goodness gracious. Right, just make sure that you cover the bottom. And the thing is you know, if that's not working for you, then use a spoon. But I want to make sure that it's covered. You see what I'm doing here? See what I'm doing? And just kind of go like that around, you know, on the sides. I have not, you know, oiled anything on here because, you know, there's quite a, you know, we have a 2/3 cups of olive oil in this. So, you know, very good olive oil. And when you use good stuff, guys, remember, your health, you know, no money in the world can take away cancer. My uncle died in 3 months of cancer. And no money in the world can save you from a lot of things. So it is your responsibility, your health. Okay, now I know Mama Elena came out and, you know, I try not to be like that, but it's important. We need to take care of ourselves. And I know I am a fat woman, and I'm getting skinny. I'm getting skinny. I'm getting there. As long as I'm making wonderful things like this. Okay, now to this, wait. You're going to take your beautiful, wonderful, delicious that you have just cut up. And if you have, if you don't want so much cauliflower, you don't have to use an entire one. And I'm gonna eye mine because this is gonna also be lunch for tomorrow. So when I make things, I make it to last for the next day. Okay, so obviously I didn't use a whole lot. You see how beautiful? So we have the pesto on the bottom. So far, so good. And then we have the wonderful cauliflower on the top. I'm gonna go grab my chicken. I'll be right back. Aspetta, aspetta. Here comes my chicken. And you guys are gonna go, what? Because it's so simple. I also grabbed my organic mozzarella. I don't feel like doing any grating today. I got the regular one because, I'm a very busy Italian woman. So these wonderful, they have been washed. Okay, and I'm gonna probably use them, you can use them any way you want to. So probably I'm just gonna lay them right on top like so. Or you could do it the other way. Whatever makes you happy, or doing it like that. Okay, now to this, let me rinse my hands. Because I touched that chicken, God forbid. God forbid if I contaminate anything. Oh, mamma mia. Okay, we move that out of the way because that's easy. That's gone. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to take a tablespoon of the wonderful pesto and put it on top of the chicken for now. There should be enough pesto for everything, guys. Okay, put another one right there. Or, what I like to do is I'm going to use all of it. So it could be a tablespoon, it could be 2 tablespoons. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is such a pretty dish, guys. See what I'm doing over here? And I am patting it. And this is, this could be keto, obviously not vegetarian because, it does have, some vegetarians that don't eat cheese, some vegetarians eat cheese, It depends on what's going on there. Look at that, look at that. Make sure you cover the entire chicken. Even on the sides. You see what I'm doing on the sides? Get in there. Don't be afraid. It's not going to hurt you. The chicken is already gave to her little life for us. So we really need to respect the food and respect the chicken. I respect the chicken. In Argentina, we had so many chickens. And we had I had this wonderful, what is it called? A rooster. Oh my God, he was beautiful. He was huge rooster. A very large rooster. And my brother was terrified of it because he would always attack my brother. And he loved me. He loved me. Oh, how I cried when my parents said that we needed to cook him. But that's how life is, Unfortunately, that's how life is. Okay, so now to this wonderful things. We have here this wonderful pesto, cauliflower. Now we have the wonderful chicken. So now what do we do next? Okay, so what do we do next? We start adding the tomatoes. And we want to add some tomatoes on top of the chicken, like so. And we want to put them around also on top of the, oh, wait till you see this dish. All right, I am going to need like my other little tomato. Because, so I am figuring here a good 3 tomatoes. Because when I make this, you know, sometimes I make it for, you know, for a lot more, larger. So I just want to show you how pretty is this dish. And what I do is I would put my tomatoes like so. Okay? So now let me remove this and bring this up. Okay, so now, of course, we have to have the cheese. And what I like to do to this is I just like to let it rain some Parmesan cheese. Just let it rain some Parmesan cheese. You know how much? Maybe 1, maybe 2 tablespoons. Because it's flavoring. Okay, so now we're going to do that little bit of salt. As you can see, I have not salted anything. Just a little bit of salt into everything. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to put the spezia in my hand because I just want to let it rain just a few little spezies. Not too much spezies because, you know, we may not want it that hot. And now I'm just going to add the black pepper. Oh, mamma mia, che bellezza, che bellezza. Okay, so now that I've done that, now I'm going to take 8 ounces of mozzarella and I am just going to add it like so. So you see, guys, it's a different way and no pasta. So as you can see, you know, I don't really need a lot. So what you're going to do is you're going to cover this with, you know, with foil, put it in your refrigerator. When you take it out, you know, start your oven at 400. It's going to take 35 to 45 minutes for this wonderful Parmesan chicken bake, a healthier version of it because there's no pasta. Okay, Belly, thank you so much for joining me in my beautiful cucina. I bring lots of love to you. I bring you lots of healthy eating. Look what we made. And you know, and it's neat to cook between 35 and 45 minutes when everybody's going to go blue, 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 and the chicken is going to be done, and the chicken is going to be so moist in there. Okay, molti grazie. Thank you very much. Be kind, be gentle, take care of yourself, eat well. Wear a mask. Yeah, wait, I gotta show you my mask. I have a different mask. But look at this one. I look like a bandit. And then I have those white ones that I just do my own designs. Okay, Betty, you have a beautiful day, okay? I love you. I love you. Baci a tutti quanti. Kisses for everybody. Ciao, ciao, Betty. Ciao, ciao.